I just got back inside from feeding the cattle. It did rain last night. The ground is wet. I won't be able to bring in animals this weekend. It's going to rain again on Monday. There's a 90% chance of it. I'm still kind of feeling a little, like I got like sinus pressure. I got some kind of a sinus cold. It's putting a lot of pressure in my head. It's kind of making me, feel woozy. It's making me feel woozy, and I got a lot of stuff coming out my nose. I got a lot of boogers and stuff coming out my nose. And so today, I'm gonna show y'all my little gun collection. This gun collection here, I do have my collector's level stuff, like my collector's level stuff. I got it sitting, except for this one right here. I guess this is kind of a collector's level thing, but my collector's level stuff is sitting in safely at my parents' place, and so it's not here. This is practically all the guns that I have here, except for a bolt action or two. One of the bolt actions that I had, my dogs got a hold of it, got a hold of the holding. I'll show y'all right here. So this bolt action right here, my dogs actually got a hold of this gun, of the carry strap, and they dragged it all over the place, and so it's all scraped up and messed up. So I probably need to take an angle grinder to that and just chop it in half and throw it in the garbage bin. But all these guns here, so if you take a closer look, the firing mechanism for all the guns have been removed. I've removed them and separated them from the gun and stashed them away in a place. So none of these guns, unless I have direct access to it, none of these guns are able to be fired. Even this one, it's got a magazine in it and everything, but it doesn't have a firing. It doesn't have anything. I removed the firing or the bolt carrier group or whatever it's called on all of these guns. So none of these guns here, none of these guns here can be fired unless I have direct access to them at all times. And so that's just the safety precaution that I take. So none of these guns are accidentally discharged. And yep. So these are some of my guns. I do have nicer stuff. You know, this Palmetto State Armory. I showed y'all that one. That's this gun right here. The reason I like this gun is because I don't have to really be worried about it at all. I've had a stainless steel gun like this. This gun right here, it's got a stainless steel barrel. It's got a real nice stainless steel barrel. It has a Noveske Afghan stainless steel barrel in it. I'm gonna take the magazine out just so that I don't know. And the gun is empty. Y'all can see it's completely empty. It is empty. But this Noveske Afghan barrel, it's got a nice heavy stainless steel barrel in it. It's got the Noveske Afghan barrel in it. And this gun right here, according to the government, is a pistol. So it's got a brace on it. It's got a 14.5-inch barrel. And okay, so these AR-15s, I am able to just remove the lower and slap it on another gun, and I can just utilize that lower for. So I only have, well, I really only have right now. I really only have how many lowers I got? Oh man, I don't even know, but I think I got two. I got this one and I got this one, the Armalite. And I do have one. I got a but okay. Long story short, these AR-15s, guns are kind of a touchy subject. Guns, there's a lot of rules and regulations to them. But the thing about it is that, okay, guns are just an object. Like none of these guns right here, none of them are just gonna just go off and just kill somebody, right? On their own. I would have to, or somebody would, a human being or somebody, right? Or an animal on accident or something would have to happen to allow the firearm to go off and to injure somebody or something, right? And so these guns, they're just, to me, they're just an object. You know, cheeseburgers and cigarettes probably, I would be willing to guess that cheeseburgers and cigarettes kill more people than guns do every year, right? Realistically, the health problems caused from eating too much of fast food and stuff like that, it probably does kill more people every year. I would be willing to bet that more people die from health problems eating fast food or smoking cigarettes than they do from a gunshot. And the thing is that I know this may be this is kind of a horrible thing to say and to think about, but sometimes when people get shot, they kind of deserved it, right? I mean, sometimes people go out and they do something crazy. You know, they hold somebody hostage. They'll smoke a bunch of drugs and lose their mind, and they'll go out and do whatever, right? And I'm not saying that they really. I'm not saying okay, because to me the whole thing is like I've thought about this before, and it's like if it really came down to it, right? It just is what it is. There are people who go out and do things for nonsensical reasons. There really are people. Some people just up to no good. They're up to a lot of nonsense. They got their mind on whatever, and they just upset about it and everything, and they it's whatever, right? They get upset about it. They're a loser, and it's just not any good. But these are some of the guns that I have. I'm actually retiring my PSA right here. This gun right here, the only reason I'm going to use it is to take it hunting. So if I go hunting, I'll put this on there. But in terms of just a gun that I keep in a bag, in terms of the of having something that I need to just make sure I got something good, is this gun right here. Because this one right here. Okay, so the thing about these guns is that this right here, this is a Noveske Afghan barrel, and I'm planning to get myself a little hand stop for it because here in America, vertical grips are illegal on pistols, and this according to the government is a pistol because it has a I mean, if I put a stock on it, if this is a brace, but if I put a stock on it, it would now become a short-barreled rifle. But if it's got a brace on it, it's a pistol. And this right here, this is a registered lower pistol or pistol lower. And so this right here, this is a registered pistol lower. And so this gun right here, this according to the government is a pistol. I don't make the rules. I just make sure I read into these things because one of the things that like especially if I'm gonna go and I'm gonna purchase firearms on a private market basis, I don't want to be stuck in a situation where I get put in some horrible situation, right? It's like, oh, the ATF set up some kind of a sting operation, which I know that they probably won't, right? I mean, the ATF is not out here looking for people putting vertical grips on 14.5-inch barrels, right? I mean, they probably not. I would not think so, right? That's not. I haven't heard of anything like that happen in Texas, but it's good to just know the law. It's good to just know the law. If a barrel is less than 14.5 inch, or if it's less than 16.5 inch, or excuse me, if it's less than 16 inches, if it's got a brace on it, it's a pistol, and if it's got a stock on it, it's a SBR. And so this right here, and if it's a pistol, you're not allowed to put a vertical grip on it. And so this is just, I guess the more you know, right? If you live in Texas or you live wherever, if you, like here in Texas, we have a very, 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 saturated gun market. There are a lot of people who just have a lot of guns and they're very cheap. Like all of these guns right here, this one cost me $1,100 after everything, after I brought it home and paid the taxes and paid the transfer fee and everything. This one cost me $1,100. This right here, I bought this for $240 after shipping, and I didn't have to pay a transfer fee on that. I paid $250 or something like that for this. This lower, I paid like a $170 free shipping or something like that. I bought this thing a long time ago. This lower, I bought it a long time ago, and what am I at? It's like $1,700. This upper, I paid $600 for the upper. That's $23. That one I paid $5. So all in, all of these guns right here cost me $3,500, and this is not something that I just bought, all at once, right? Like I did not buy these things all at once. Like the lower I bought separately. I bought that many years ago. This AK I bought that many years ago. This upper I bought this one probably well, I mean, I bought this one a good while back, and so I did not buy all these guns at once. And so, like, realistically, if I spend like in all honesty, I mean, like, stuff like this, the reason I bought this is so that I have a gun that if I'm just doing something very just kind of it's kind of like very like if I'm just gonna go out hunting, right? If I'm just gonna go out hunting, I don't really want to be walking around with a gun that every time oh my God, it's humid outside. I wonder if my barrel's rusting. Oh man, I just hit it, scraped it against this tree. Oh man, did I just? I don't want. I want something that if I just don't really need to worry about it, right? Like this, if I bought the whole thing again. If I pulled the bolt, this I got it on a sale with the bolt carrier group and the charging handle for $230. Then I paid tax on it and $10 shipping. And so if I were gonna buy this whole thing again, if I pulled the bolt carrier group and whatever charging handle out of it, I can probably buy this whole thing again for like $190, $200. And this right here, it's a Noveske Afghan barrel in a Bravo company rail. It's got a Bravo company rail, an Aero Precision's upper, and a oh, what is it? I believe it's got a Bravo company charging handle, or excuse me, it's got a Bravo company charging handle, and then it's got I forget what brand that is, the X, but it's got a nice nitrided bolt carrier group in there too. And so all this stuff is good quality parts. And here in Texas, I can realistically buy something like this for about $700. It's barely been used. I mean, you can tell. Just look at it. I oiled it. I cleaned it and oiled it last night, so it's got a lot of oil on it. So a lot of these guns, one of the very first parts that you can tell if you're looking at a used gun is to check the charging handle. If the charging handle is like right here on the side, right here, I'm trying to hold the camera steady, but right here on the side, if it's starting to lose a little bit of that, if it's starting to discolor a bit, like it's starting to lose its finish, it's probably been shot at least several hundred times. But you can tell like this, I got it practically new. I got the upper practically new, and it cost me $600. And so something like this is very nice. It is a pistol, and so it's all these things are kind of complicated. But I would say, just to be safe, this is just advice, and you're probably gonna have to build on top of this. It's not a this is everything, and this is all you need to know. You're gonna have to build on top of this. But this, if it were me, what I always do is I always always get your like if you're buying a gun on the private market, just make sure it doesn't have any sort of like a vertical grip or anything like that. Just ask them to take all of the accessories off of the upper, and then have a registered pistol lower. Having a registered pistol lower was like the most important thing that I think I've done in terms of just having a AR-15 part that I can just utilize practically anywhere. This registered pistol lower is very, very good. Make sure it doesn't have a vertical grip though, because if it has a vertical grip, it now becomes an SB, or something happens. I don't know if it becomes an SBR or what, but if it's an SBR, you're gonna have to file tax for them. And so be very careful. You don't want to end up in a situation where where you get put up in a sting operation or something, and they come after you, and now you're in trouble. But this 14.5-inch barrel, it's very, very nice. If in terms of just having a firearm that feels very good in the hand, like if you own a gun, make sure it's safe. Make sure it's safe, 100% safe. And just try and just walk through your house with the gun just do stuff with the gun and see how it feels. To me, the 14.5-inch barrel with that little muzzle device on it, with the little muzzle device added on the top of it or on the front of it, that is the most ergonomic rifle that I can think of, that I've ever handled. It's real easy to go around corners. It's real easy to just it's real easy to turn real fast after you walk through a door and stuff like it makes your life a lot easier. I think, for me personally, the 14.5-inch barrel with a 1.5-inch muzzle device, pin and welded, I would say if I was looking to build a rifle, that would be the best. Or if it's not a rifle, make sure you got that pistol lower, and then you can't have any sort of vertical grip attachment on the front of it either. And you got to have a registered pistol lower and some kind of a brace or something like that. And so, yep, all of these guns, all in, I went about $3,500. And realistically, if I had the opportunity to do so, I would sell this one, I would sell that one, and I would probably sell that one too. And well, I mean, I may hold on to that one, but I would sell that one. I would sell this one. And well, I don't know if I'd sell this one. This one is kind of a collector's item. And I think if I held on to this for a long time, I think that it would go up in value. But I would sell this one. I would sell that one. Maybe I'd sell that one. Yeah, I probably would. I mean, this is a Ballistics Advantage Hansen 16-inch barrel inside of a Ballistics Advantage rail, and then it's got a Bravo Company upper. It's got a Bravo Company upper, and it's also got a Bravo Company Bravo Company bolt carrier group. It's got a Bravo Company bolt carrier group. And then it's also got the Bravo Company charging handle. And so this right here, this is also a very nice gun. And I don't know. Maybe I'd sell this one. Maybe I'd hold on to it. I don't know. This is also a very nice gun. I got this for $500. And the cool thing about this is that this is actually a rifle. This is not like an SBR or a pistol. This is a 16-inch barrel. And so I don't have to worry about like not having a vertical grip and all that nonsense. But to me, ergonomically, in terms of mobility and ergonomics, the 14.5-inch barrel, that little bit of a cutoff on the end, it really helps. It helps a lot in terms of like getting like just like walking through a door and turning the corner real fast and stuff like that. It really helps a lot. But this is just my gun collection. Oh, if I sold, if I sold that one, and I sold this one, and I sold, well, I actually got somebody who offered to purchase my discontinued Israeli gun yesterday. And they offered me full price for it, but it's a collector's item, and so I'm not going to sell it. Even at full price, I won't sell it. It would have to be over full price. But I did get someone, and if I sold that one gun, I mean, it would cover practically, I mean, I would get $2,000 for it, and so half of my gun bill would be covered right there if I sold that one. But I'm not gonna sell for $2,000. If you give me $2,500 for it, I would sell it. But if not, I'm just gonna hold on to it, and here in about 10 years, it'll probably be. I would anticipate that it's gonna be worth more money because it's a very, very nice gun. And stuff like this, I think it's important to get the good stuff. Like this right here, this got the Noveske barrel in it. It's got a Noveske barrel, Afghan barrel. It's got a BCM rail. I'm not exactly sure. I forgot what the bolt carrier group on that is, and then it's got a BCM charging handle. And that I did get a different optic. I paid $120 for it. I got a real good deal on it. But one thing I realized about these optics is that if I carry it in this bag like this, and I don't, almost every single time that I pull it out of the bag, there will be a slight smudge on it. There'll be a slight smudge or some dust on it and stuff, and it will be hard to see through the optic. It will kind of just make it a little bit hard to see through the optic. So I got a prism. A prism optic from Spitfire, I believe. I got it for 120 bucks. But I got it as a replacement for this one, and I'm gonna stick this on my hunting rifle. And I'm gonna put it on my hunting rifle and just use it as my hunting optic. And this one I really like it because you can really make the dot real small, and it really helps with that those precision type shots. And so I'm gonna just leave this on my hunting optic forever. This was on sale on PSA yesterday for 65 bucks. And for 65 bucks, you can't beat it. I mean, 65 bucks, it's a very good deal. I bought it for 70. So I mean, they put it on an extra $10 or $5 sale, but yep. But that's it for me today, YouTube. Y'all have a good one.